Sewapalooza, an event dedicated to sewing and basically everything you ever wanted to know about sewing, and it's for all sorts of levels. It is coming this weekend, and especially for you beginners out there, this is for you. Here with more on the event are the owners of Ann Silva's Sewing Center. We have Ann and Steve Silva here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you for coming in. This is exciting because I just told you I used to be quite the sewer back a few years back. I haven't gotten my hands on a sewing machine, but I love it. You can make some really cool things. Let's talk about Ann Silva. That is you. This is your sewing center. It's been around for a long time, 34 years. We were just discussing
We'll
that.
celebrate our 35th year in July.
Wow, fantastic.
Yes.
And Steve, you actually run the place, right?
She's the Betty Crocker. She comes in and helps out. Can't do it without her, but yeah, I do the general operations and trying to come up with new ideas and what's next.
And so you all are always having events. This is the first year, though, for the Sewapalooza event.
That's true.
So let's get into it and let's talk about what folks can expect at Sewapalooza.
Well, it really introduces people to Bernina sewing machines and how we're using sewing machines today. We used to think about sewing as making clothes, mending, making draperies for the home. Today we think of sewing as being a creative art, and so the projects that we've brought to you show the creativity that can happen in using especially a Bernina sewing machine.
Wow, this stuff is gorgeous. We're taking a look at what this is, a pillow.
Now this is embroidery applique by machine. Things that we used to think of as being done by hand are now being done by sewing machine. And so we're talking technology, we're talking computers. A sewing machine is a computer these days.
Yeah, when you think of it that way. And this is amazing. So you're saying that the actual sewing machine made this?
Correct.
It was not handmade.
That's correct.
Is incredible. I mean, look at the detail on this. Did you actually do this?
No,
Ann?
one of my employees,
One
the
of
store
your
manager,
employees.
did.
My word. Okay, so Sewapalooza, it starts tomorrow, Friday. It's Friday and Saturday, right?
Correct.
And it's for folks of all sorts of levels. I mean, beginners.
We
and
supply the
experienced?
sewing machines, so the person just needs to register. It costs $99 for the 2 days. Stephen prepares lunch both days.
And you're
for
quite
everyone.
the cook, right, Stephen?
Yeah. Had a few years doing it, yes.
Yeah.
Stephen's a retired chef.
Gotcha.
And so everyone looks forward to what's for lunch when Stephen's preparing lunch.
Fantastic.
And it's just a really fun time. We have all kinds of gifts for the people that come to Sewapalooza.
You brought a little bag, and you got T-shirts made too, which is kind of cool. I don't know, Steve, you're wearing one of them. It says "Sew like a rock star."
Yes,
I like
and everyone
that.
gets a T-shirt and a bag, and there's all kinds of goodies that'll happen in the bag. And
So
most
are
of
you
all,
teaching? Are you teaching?
I'm
You have workshops?
assisting the Bernina educator that's coming from the national level to be with
Wow.
us. And so I'll be there for both days, and she'll do the teaching. I'll do the go get me this, go get me that. I'll
Sure.
do that kind of stuff. And of course I'll be in charge of giving out the gifts, because that's my favorite thing to do, is to give out the gifts.
loves getting gifts. So what are they going? What are some of the workshops? I mean, depending on your level, you'll be able to learn how to make and create certain things.
Well, there's each day there's 2 main projects: a morning project, afternoon project, and so you'll walk away after each session with a finished project. So some of it will incorporate the embroidery, some of it will incorporate some different techniques that maybe they're not familiar with. And so after the 2 days, they'll walk home with 4 projects.
Wow,
and be
that's
able to get
great.
assistance, you know, we have instructors there that are helping them with learning how to do it. So if you're a beginner, we've got people there to help you.
Wow, and they get to keep what they make,
get to keep
right?
what they make.
This is beautiful. Can we hold this
Yes,
up?
and this is done completely on the machine, and it's again embroidery with the sewing machine.
Oh my goodness, and the details. Okay, so again, folks, we want to remind you, it is Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
What are the times? It's pretty much an all-day
All day.
thing.
It's 9:30 to 5 with the break and lunch and snacks and that kind of thing.
And tickets start at $49 and go up?
If they want to do the just 1 day, they can come in at, I think it's $59, and if they do the 2 day, it's better. You get it at $99.
Yeah, it's a better price, and you walk away with gifts, and some of the stuff is just amazing. We've got some quilts also that you brought in, and again, these were made sewing machine.
Yeah,
the sewing
Absolutely.
machine.
all by machine sewing. Hand
Look
is
at
a
that
four-letter word for us.
Wow, fantastic.
And they all show different techniques of sewing, embroidery,
You know,
applique.
One of the reasons that people come to programs like this is because they meet people of like interest.
Sure.
So if they want to learn to sew, they're going to meet other people that love to sew. And the camaraderie of the sewers is what makes it important. And so I always look at the list of people that are coming and I say, oh, this is going to be a really fun time because of so-and-so is in the class. And this is just the way it's all, what it's all about.
It's a little social outing. A
That's
social
exactly,
outing.
Absolutely.
that is exactly the whole purpose of it.
That's fantastic. Real quick, I know we've got to wrap, but what made you want to get into this business of
You know,
sewing?
that's just such an
34
old,
years.
old story. I was a home economist who was looking for a place to open a sewing school. I went into business so I would have a place to teach sewing classes, and it seems like a whole long time ago
Sure.
because things have changed so much.
Gosh, and the technology, like you mentioned, with sewing machines these days.
I still teach my classes, but everything has changed in the business
Well,
due to
thank
technology.
you both for
very
coming
much.
in,
Thank you.
Anne and Steve. Again, for more information on Sewapalooza, it gets started tomorrow. Go to our website. We've got a link, krqe.com, on how you can get your tickets. So do that. Time right now, 7:50. We'll be right back. This stuff is gorgeous.